Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, July 26th, at 8:25 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 539 headlines from 106 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. A Mexican state suffers bloody fallout of cartel rivalry. I was an American in Cuba, lift the embargo and let freedom ring. New Zealand to accept alleged Islamic State militant, 2 kids. Malaysia's parliament reopens after 7-month virus suspension. Tunisia PM sacked after violent COVID protests. China blames US for stalemate in relations, as talks begin. The disturbing story behind Tucker Carlson's favorite black cop. Jewish artifacts taken by Nazis in Holocaust seized at New York auction house, feds say. Nigerian outrage at brazen bandit attacks. Prashant Kishore, how to win elections and influence people. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. Fauci says U.S. is headed in wrong direction as coronavirus cases spike among unvaccinated, The Washington Post. Tunisian President Kaissé dismisses government, fires Prime Minister Mekhichi, freezes parliament, The Washington Post. Philip Morris International CEO said cigarettes should be banned, Business Insider. Dressel, Kalashnikov in for 400 freestyle relay final, relay lineups, swim-swam. French Parliament approves COVID-19 passes for restaurants, domestic travel The Hill. New York police officers save baby trapped under car after it crashes into a building, Fox News. This YouTube channel is using AI to 8K IV classic game intros and cutscenes, The Verge. U.S. Marshals arrest third suspect in Clark County deputy killing in Salem, Cat2. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Amazon and Tesla highlight earnings biggest week, MarketWatch. Coil Ray's Rolling Loud crowd leaves her hanging during performance, TMZ. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Dramatic footage captures landslide at collapsed bridge, killed 9 in India. Carl Bernstein brands Trump as war criminal for Capitol riot and pandemic deaths. A basketball robot hit a three-pointer during halftime at the Olympics. Civil rights icon Robert Moses dies at 86. Plague found in 6 Colorado counties after girl's death. Fauci, U.S. headed in wrong direction on coronavirus. California's largest wildfire torches homes as blazes lash west. GOP Rep Adam Kinzinger says he'll serve on January 6 House Committee. Watch U.S. miss shot after shot in first Olympic basketball defeat since 2004. Unvaccinated snow leopard at San Diego Zoo catches COVID-19. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. K9 killed in collision W suspect vehicle. Pregnant woman, child among 4 killed in collision. Families of unsolved homicide cases speak out. Explosion, house fire leaves 2 people burned. Toronto touches down in MI, damage left behind. 7-year-old recovers after bullet hit her while sleeping. Rare summer spike in RSV cases reported in TX. McDonald's crew reunites after 4 decades apart. Judge hopes to close digital divide by adding video kiosks in communities. Restaurant altercation leads to shooting. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. 5 dead in Hamptons crash that is blamed on speeding. Broadcaster apologizes for inappropriate images aired during Olympic parade. After COVID diagnosis, a conservative radio host sends a new message. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Aussie Terminator takes out Ledecky in first Olympics matchup. Suspect arrested in fatal shooting of Washington sheriff's detective, cops. Israel says it struck Hamas military base after arson balloon launch. Police K-9 killed after suspected drunk driver hits Michigan State Police vehicle. California deputies injured in hours-long standoff. Tom Homan personally disgusted with mounting border chaos, warns ICE morale is in the toilet. United Airlines evacuates plane ready for takeoff after multiple passengers receive ominous text message. Shark expert blames Jaws for unfairly stigmatizing sharks, hopes to change public's perception. Hypocrite Rep Bush wants to defund your police, while dishing out $70K on private security, Gowdy. Architect of collapsed condo suspended years ago for structural failure. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, July 26th. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Tokyo Olympics, Adam Peaty secures Team GB's first gold medal after winning men's 100 breaststroke. Jennifer Lopez and on again Bo Ben Affleck put on another raunchy display aboard $130 mega yacht. Texas man is arrested for animal cruelty after video showed him abandoning dog on side of the road. As COVID cases drops for the 5th day in a row, experts say country could be emerging from surge. Sarah Barkley dons her sting-proof suit to see what the buzz is about. Semi-naked women pictured in hotel room with Wayne Rooney are Snapchat model and her friends. Kelly Brook, now 41, reveals why I'm no longer chasing marriage, babies, or a super skinny body. Instagram clip of woman struggling to walk after being vaccinated fuels anti-vax sentiment. Mother, her 9-year-old son and family friend are named as Loch Lomond drowning victims. Missing British hiker could have fallen in snow, says expert, after remains including skull are found. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is the Washington Post World News feed. Israel's spat with Ben and Jerry's overshadows its spyware scandal. New Zealand to accept alleged Islamic State militant, 2 kids. Tunisia's president fires prime minister, dismisses government, freezes parliament. Thai volunteers aid COVID patients in need of care, testing. Pro-Hamas activists launch incendiary balloons into Israel. China sends supplies to flooded area, rebuilds barriers. Europe's hotels and restaurants are eager to welcome tourists, if they can find enough staff. U.S. prepared to continue airstrikes against Taliban, top commander says. As Algerians push France to open its colonial archives, the family of a man who vanished long ago yearns for answers. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Tokyo Olympics 2020, Titmus beats Ledecky 2 gold, PD wins Team GB's first gold, live. Mozambique, fears of escalating conflict as foreign troops clash with Islamists. Virtual contact worse than no contact for over 60s in lockdown, says study. Ariane Titmus ends Katie Ledecky's reign in Olympic 400 and freestyle thriller. Tunisia president sacks government, sparking jubilation on streets. The Authority Gap, Why Women Still Aren't Taken Seriously, podcast. You are the worst human being, man confronts Fox News host Tucker Carlson. GB's Alex Yee claims silver medal in Olympic triathlon at Tokyo 2020. Indonesia loosens COVID restrictions despite record deaths. Climate crisis a hammer hitting us in the head, says Oregon governor as wildfires rage. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. 1960s civil rights activist Robert Moses has died. Provincetown implements indoor mask order after COVID-19 cluster grows to 551 cases. Dating game serial killer dies in prison. Watch, Team USA reaches medal podium. Watch, new round of flooding inundates Belgium streets. Watch, time-lapse captures rapidly growing wildfire in California. Airports in the U.S. West dealing with shortage of jet fuel. 28 abducted Baptist school students freed in Nigeria. 140,000 without power as storms rip through Michigan. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. New Zealand to allow his linked mother to be repatriated. Triathlon gold goes to Norway at Tokyo 2020. COVID-19, recent claims about cremations and vaccines fact-checked. Afrobeats in Japan, British-Nigerian hip-hop dancer teaching children how to dance. Deadly street protests over Iran water shortages. Tokyo Olympics, one athlete braved sharks and crocodiles. Afghanistan curfew imposed as Taliban militants advance. UNESCO adds Madrid's Paseo del Prado and Retiro Park to heritage list. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Today in history for July 26. At least 120,000 customers left without power after tornadoes spin through Detroit area. Fauci warns U.S. going in wrong direction, Arkansas surge worse than last summer, live COVID updates. Like a hammer hitting us in the head, homes ablaze in California as western wildfires rage. AP Top Stories July 25 p. New HBO doc tells tale of man who surfed biggest wave of all time. At least 10 killed, 44 injured in Croatia bus crash. Robert Moses, Freedom Summer architect and civil rights leader, dies at 86. Paleologos, Black Detroit residents show varying opinions on crime, policing. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Magnitude 3.4 earthquake hits near Ukiah. Northern California wildfires merge, forcing more from their homes. Hospitalizations increasing as LA County reports more than 2,000 new coronavirus cases. Austin Buettner's tenure as LA schools chief marked more by crisis than academic gains. Telehealth leapt forward with COVID-19, who was left behind. U.S. Coast Guard suspends search for missing fishermen off Seal Beach. Man arrested after suspected early morning kidnapping in West Hollywood. LA County reports more than 2,600 new daily coronavirus cases, continuing surge. California wildfires force more evacuations as crews rush to make progress before weather shift. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, July 26, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More, from other news sources, is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Tunisia, army vehicles surround parliament after president sacks PM and lifts immunity from all parliament members. Iranian refugee beats Iranian national opponent and British gold medalist in Taekwondo at Olympics. Israeli forces shoot and kill 17-year-old Palestinian boy in Nabi Saleh. Thousands defy Orban with festive pride parade backing gay rights in Hungary. 2 doses of Pfizer, AstraZeneca shots effective against Delta variant. World a sadder, angrier place in 2020 than any time since Gallup Emotions report began. Society is right on track for a global collapse, new study of infamous 1970s report finds. Anti-vax conspiracy theorist tells rally that healthcare workers fighting COVID could face Nuremberg-style trials. Tunisia's president dismisses prime minister after protests. Tunisian president suspends parliament, lifts immunity of all deputies, and dismisses PM Hicham Mekichi. Israeli Air Force strikes Gaza Strip in response to incendiary balloons. Germany mulls restrictions for unvaccinated people if COVID cases rise. Churches burn down as anger over cultural genocide of indigenous children sweeps Canada. Pakistan bans domestic air travel for unvaccinated people. Record-breaking flooding in China has left over 1 million people displaced. German TV reporter apologizes after being spotted smearing herself with mud at flood site before going on air. The next headlines are from Forbes. Only 15 of 130 FBS teams will not play an FCS team during 2021 college football season. Brands are invading your favorite streaming shows and movies, whether you realize it or not. Carbon neutral LNG, another reason why natural gas could win the energy transition. Tokyo Olympic Games releases COVID-19 data. 127 people test positive so far. NASCAR free agent profile, Kurt Busch a potential coup for upstart teams. Meet the youngest Olympians competing at the Tokyo Games. See skateboarders and surfers make their Olympic debut in Tokyo. Photos. Trevor Bauer makes appearance in Los Angeles Superior Court, civil hearing postponed until August. Former CBS and Viacom executives form Argus acquisitions, a $300 spec. Kansas City Chiefs superstar Patrick Mahomes addresses Aaron Rodgers situation. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,720,715,685 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. China box office, animated film Green Snake worms its way to #1. Army of Thieves, Ludwig Dieter is hired for a heist in first teaser for Army of the Dead prequel. Why Snake Eyes missed its mark at the box office, and what it means for the G.I. Joe franchise. Dexter Revival series unveils first look trailer in November premiere date. LeVar Burton starts stint as Jeopardy! Guest host on Monday. Travis Scott premieres new song, Escape Plan, at Rolling Loud Festival. Box office twist, M. Night Shyamalan's old beat Space Jam and Snake Eyes. KCET leads 2021 LA Area Emmy wins, while KTLA lands 2 top newscast awards. In front of your face review, the difference is in the details in Hwang Sang-soo's latest. Jackie Mason, one of the last Borscht Belt comedians, dies at 93. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. Bob Moses, civil rights leader and longtime educator, dies at 86. U.S. swimmer Katie Ledecky takes silver in her first final in Tokyo. Civil rights activist Bob Moses dies at 86. Pelosi has chosen a second Republican, Rep. Adam Kinzinger, to serve on January 6 panel. Jackie Mason, who went from rabbi to stand-up comedy star, dies at 93. Japan's own wins first skateboarding medal at Tokyo Olympics. Olympic and Paralympic moms face big obstacles to compete, they're demanding change. Sunday on the beach with Sierra Leonean soccer players. U.S. women's gymnasts have a surprisingly rough first day of Olympic competition. The following headlines are from The Week. Louisiana congressman says he has COVID-19 for the second time. French Parliament passes law mandating vaccinations for health workers. Anastasia Zolotic becomes first American woman to win Olympic gold in Taekwondo. Civil rights activist and Algebra Project founder Bob Moses dies at 86. GOP's Portman says Senate infrastructure deal 90% done, held up by mass transit. Adam Kinzinger accepts place on January 6 committee. When duty calls, I will always answer. The U.S. may be further into Delta surge than it appears. Pelosi targeting GOP's Adam Kinzinger for spot on January 6 committee. Sarah Huckabee Sanders says Biden, Harris should give Trump credit to increase vaccination rate. The U.S. gymnastics team finished a surprising second place in qualifying. Will that fuel them? The next headlines are from Universe Today. A gravitational wave observatory on the moon could hear 70% of the observable universe. Incredible, astronomers see a moon-forming disk around a newly forming planet. Observing the night side of Venus is actually pretty tricky. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, July 26th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the third most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. 9 weird transients from 1950 still unexplained. The next news is from Politico. George Floyd's murder transformed America. Inside the Hungarian campaign to beat Viktor Orban. Vatican reveals property holdings for the first time. French Senate approves vaccine pass despite protests, German politicians divided. Civil rights activist Robert Moses dies at 86. We're going to see more wildfires, Oregon governor warns. Arkansas governor blames myths for hardened vaccine resistance. Leaders in under-vaccinated areas should speak out amid virus surge, Fauci says. Pelosi, Portman skirmish over bipartisan infrastructure timeline. Pelosi taps Kinzinger to serve on January 6 select panel. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Tokyo Olympics live updates. Titmus wins gold. McKeon men's 4x100 and freestyle relay claim bronze. Australia News Live. NSW records 145 new local COVID-19 cases. Victoria lockdown likely to lift as state records 11 cases. A very special time. The household's using this lockdown for a fresh start. He means everything to me. Coach Dean Boxall's celebration of Titmus gold goes viral. Man suffers serious burns after trying to save young child caught in house fire. Tokyo Olympics in pictures. Focused, determined, gritty, gutsy, Titmus topples Ledecky in 400 and freestyle showdown. Blues poised for return to Friday night limelight. Club's karate champion in AFLW draft. Hundreds of power and gas customers caught up in alleged fraud by sales agents. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. Brett Ahrens is raw, big losses ahead for markets, Jeremy Grantham's terrifying new forecasts. Crypto, Bitcoin rallies, tops key technical level for first time since early May. Earnings outlook, the main attractions arrive. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Facebook, Amazon and Tesla headline the biggest week of earnings. After the Surfside building collapse, how to find out whether your condo is safe. The Moneyist, I will not leave my house to my boyfriend in my will. I don't want his daughters, who hate me, to profit. What's worth streaming? Here's what's coming to Hulu in August 2021, and what's leaving. Newswatch, a Delta chill in the air, the economy is still booming, but it faces new uncertainty. Newswatch, Dow clears 35,000 milestone on Friday on 6th try. The Moneyist, my aunt and uncle had no children, my cousin, the executor, changed their will to inherit a $400,000 estate, should we pursue this? The Moneyist, I successfully renovated the condo building, my new husband offered to manage my next project, and it all went horribly wrong. Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Why so gassy? Mysterious methane detected on Saturn's moon. Big think. UFOs. U.S. intelligence report finds no aliens but plenty of unidentified flying objects. Big think. The next headlines are from Quartz. Refugee athletes inspire, again. How Robin Hood's IPO roadshow was different from most. The first Olympic gold medal in skateboarding went to a Nike athlete. Say vaccine partnership, Kiswahili digital rights, U.S. African migrants. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest most insightful comments of the week at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. Oksana Chusovitina. Caleb Dressel. USA vs Jamaica. Hugo Millen. Adam Frazier. Coil Ray. Jade Carey. Simone Biles' boyfriend. USA softball. Olympic triathlon. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. Tunisian president ousts government, warns opponents that army will respond with bullets if they try to unleash street violence. Syrian air defense units intercept Israeli missiles near Damascus, thwarting third raid in the week, Russia's defense ministry. Mask flip-flop, CDC actively considering face cover advisory for vaccinated Americans, according to Fauci. More freedom for vaccinated? Merkel aide warns of restrictions for unvaccinated Germans if COVID-19 cases continue to rise. U.S. vows to continue airstrikes in Afghanistan, as general insists Taliban victory is not inevitable. Split the difference, Russian champion boxer Svetlana Soloyanova edged out by U.S. star Virginia Fuchs in Tokyo Olympics scrap. Wannabe Mayweather, boxing star Hanny blasted for throwing money in air while claiming it took him 2 hours to count cash, video. London hit with flash floods as torrential rain turns roads into rivers in UK capital, videos. Arizona Republican who voted with Dems on elections bill booed off stage at rally head of Trump's speech, video. They are ours, Russian women's team celebrates silver as South Korea extend archery reign with dominant Tokyo Olympics victory. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. Greenwald, FBI using same fear tactic from first war on terror, orchestrating its own terrorism plots. Biden approval drops, hits new low in Gallup poll. Emerging market vulnerability heat map, REMs threatened by increasing inflation expectations. Crypto soars higher in early Asia trading, Bitcoin nears $40K. Typhoon in Fa hits China's east coast, forcing container ports to close. Time to buy gold as a hedge against extreme financial deleveraging, Credit Suisse says. Why did China buy an airstrip in Texas? Move over COVID, a drug-resistant superbug fungus is now being reported in Texas and Washington, D.C. Trans individuals sue Montana over proof of sex change requirement to amend birth certificates. The role of impaired liquidity on the recent Treasury market roller coaster. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. COVID turmoil disrupts routine vaccinations in Indonesia. China blames U.S. for fraught relations as talks begin. Malaysia doctors strike, Parliament meets as COVID strain shows. COVID overshadows Duterte's plans for final year in office. Kais Saied, the political outsider accused of a coup. U.S. civil rights activist Robert Moses dies at age 86. Tunisia's president accused of coup after dismissing PM. Qatar's foreign minister visits Iran to meet top officials. U.S. vows continued air support for Afghan forces fighting Taliban. Israel halves Gaza fishing zone over incendiary balloon fires. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Rubio rips Biden hypocrisy on border. Cuba asks where forceful don't come message was in early days of presidency. Governor Abbott, Biden admin's plan is catch and release, Texas plan is catch and jail. NFLPAFC sucks, players blast union, league over COVID rules. Mike Lee, Biden spending plan a multi-trillion-dollar inflation bomb, reverse Robin Hood. Radicals are seizing power, Donald Trump warns of communism in the U.S. Ninth Circuit, Gavin Newsom's California violated private school parents' rights with shutdown. Judge forces school to accept trans runner on girls' team. Watch, bikers gather for Back the Blue rally in Pennsylvania. Biden Department of Justice drops charges against China military members accused of lying to get jobs at U.S. universities. Republicans, Democrats pressure Biden for plan on restoring Delphi pensions. The following headlines are from Earth Files, updates on Earth and astronomical mysteries. No warns more high heat over most of U.S., July 29, August 2, 2021. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Man hikes with support owl named Louie, inspiring others with PTSD along his way. 39-year-old becomes first U.S. patient to receive innovative artificial heart prosthetic. Madrid is planting a huge forest ring around the city to lower heat levels and cut CO2 emissions. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, July 26th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Tokyo Olympics, South Korean broadcaster apologizes for inappropriate TV images. Right-handed man almost masturbates to death, medical case study. Florida man in bubble-like vessel washes up on beach, sheriff says. Yep, it's bleak, says expert who tested 1970s end-of-the-world prediction. An airport piano player earned $60,000 in tips after a stranger shared videos of him on Instagram. Large study finds COVID-19 is linked to a substantial drop in intelligence. Man in Florida bar shows off gun, accidentally shoots himself. French Navy to test new laser weapon system at sea. LA man who mocked COVID-19 vaccines dies of virus. 10-year-old girl dies from plague in Colorado. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. Studies of Mars quakes reveal the red planet's metallic innards. Have you always wanted to play the piano? This $20 training teaches you how. This AI can spot sunken ships from the damn sky. The following headlines are from Science Daily. Comprehensive clinical sequencing opens door to the promise of precision medicine. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, July 26th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Salt Lake City hosting 2030 Olympics is officially on the table. USA gymnastics team advances to the finals, but former Ute Michaela Skinner misses the cut. Wasatch Front air quality once again unhealthy for sensitive groups, but some relief coming soon. Whether talking about LGBTQ issues or immigration, politicians often crow about the Utah way. What does it mean? Fire near snow basin caused by target shooting closes roads and trails. Olympics update. Jake Gibb, Troy Bourne feel like old partners in beach volleyball win over Italian pair. 2 LDS missionaries killed in New Mexico crash, bringing total to 10 missionary fatalities this year. Burned by hot housing market, some buyers are backing off. Jake Gibb's Olympic beach volleyball partner, Taylor Crabb, reportedly tests positive for COVID-19. Is it fair to label Utah the worst state for women's equality? Female leaders weigh in. The next headlines are from Slashdot, Tech News for Nerds. Facebook is now aggressively courting a new partner, churches. Quake measuring device on Mars gets detailed look at red planet's interior. Russia encounters more problems sending long-delayed module and robotic arm to space station. Microsoft warns of evolving lemon duck mining malware targeting Linux and Windows machines. Amazon's hiring a digital currency and blockchain lead, confirms interest in modern payments. 2 U.S. companies propose thousands of miles of pipelines for capturing carbon. YouTube stars were offered money to spread vaccine misinformation. For millions of Americans, unemployment benefits require facial recognition scanning. SANS Institute hopes to find new cybersecurity talent with a game. Colonial Pipeline sued by customers affected by its ransomware incident. The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. Domestic assault suspect strikes St. Louis County officer with car. Local restaurateurs worried returning mask mandates will cripple business again. Missouri lawmakers have yet to resolve unemployment overpayment issue. 12-year-old shot in Dutchtown neighborhood. 2 injured in ATV crash in Peverly. Bombs away, Bader, Carlson HR in 7-run fourth, Cards batter gray, Reds 10-6. Pelosi appoints Illinois Congressman Adam Kinzinger to January 6 committee. Man shot outside Schnucks grocery store on Grand Boulevard. COVID case average reaches 6-month high in Missouri amid virus surge. 19-year-old man killed in St. Louis suburb on Saturday. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. San Diego lifeguard proposes to girlfriend while surfing in Pacific Beach. 52-year-old man seriously injured in scooter crash in San Diego. Hiker rescued by firefighters from Mission Hills Canyon. Carlsbad Village Street Fair, small businesses, attendees enjoy return of annual event. Beaches near border closed again after opening for week. Cloudy days, chance of showers expected for San Diego. We Are Israel rally held in El Cajon as pro-Palestinian group protests. Driver takes off after killing man trying to cross the road in North County. News Now, deadly hit and run, Miami Elite updates and more top stories. Horse rider thankful for rescuers after falling down trail in Carmel Valley. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. U.S. Special Forces evaluate strike capabilities of Coyote aircraft. Russia is jamming European Space Agency Sentinel satellite. Buy Systems reveals new details about its OMFV concept. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, July 26, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. SF restaurant owner unsure of future after business rocked by explosion. Crews contain brush fire burning near Berkeley Marina. China blames U.S. for stalemate in relations, as talks begin. The newest Las Vegas hotels you need to know about in 2021. Video, reckless driver crashes into multiple cars in SF's Richmond district. CA first responders assigned to Dixie Fire save boy drowning in hotel pool. California's largest fire burns homes as blazes scorch west. Fauci says U.S. headed in wrong direction on coronavirus. Conservative talk show host Phil Valentine hospitalized with COVID. Man charged in Capitol riot investigation said Trump asked me to be here, documents show. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. White Sox top Brewers 3-1 behind Lynn, avoid sweep. There's more room than you think at impressive Whitetail Ridge. Gustavo Bou scores twice, Revolution beat Montreal 2-1. Door has double-double as Spain beats South Korea 73-69. Red Sox score 5 runs in 8th inning, rally past Yankees 5-4. When duty calls, I will always answer. Kinzinger agrees to serve on January 6 committee. Second try a charm for first classic collector's car show in Barrington. Harper using part of largest donation to launch scholarship program for students in need. What new plan would mean for higher education in Lake County? The following headlines are from Seattle PI. Report, Seattle lands in top 10 most educated cities in the United States. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Green alert for tropical cyclone Partek 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0. Orange alert for tropical cyclone IN.FA 21. Population affected by Category 1, 120 km per hour, wind speeds or higher is 0.971 million. Green earthquake alert, magnitude 5.8 m, depth 10 km, in Kermadec Islands region July 25, 2021, 10:17 UTC, no people within 100 kilometers. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Paraguay. Drought is ongoing in Bhutan, China, India, Myanmar. Drought is ongoing in Kenya, Somalia, Tanzania. Drought is ongoing in Angola. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Greece, Iraq, Iran, Jordan, Syria, Turkey. Drought is ongoing in Afghanistan, Iran, Kyrgyzstan, Kazakhstan, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, July 26th in the Greenwich Mean Time time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. 112-year-old Houston woman celebrates her birthday with car parade. Fake HPD officer charged for allegedly sexually assaulting woman on church grounds, authorities say. Pregnant woman, man shot to death at soccer tournament in Harris County, deputies say. Texas Dems want Governor Abbott to reverse course on school mask mandate ban. Armed, masked thieves caught on camera stealing out of cars in Huffman area. Black woman's first-time car buying experience turns sour with racist dealership Facebook post. The heat continues Monday, but cooling downpours return Tuesday. 8 Houston boys gain new honor after being promoted to Eagle Scout. Pelosi appoints second Republican critic of Trump to January 6 committee. 1960s civil rights activist Bob Moses has died, official. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Senators race to seal infrastructure deal as pressure mounts. Olympics latest, Osaka into third round of tennis tournament. Dressel wins U.S. Olympic swimming gold, Aussie beats Ledecky. Noam's border visit comes with political opportunities. Taiwanese table tennis duo fights for bronze after losing semi-finals at Olympics. Brazil scores on late tap-in, Union tie Inter Miami 1-1. Olympics latest, Britain's PD wins gold in breaststroke. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. No pathway to reach the Paris Agreement's 1.50C goal without the G20, UN chief. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. How disgraced British spy Christopher Steele is now secretly running strict COVID-19 restrictions project. Non-profit sues HHS to immediately stop emergency use authorization of COVID-19 vaccines. FBI using the same fear tactic from the first war on terror, orchestrating its own terrorism plots. Trump's warp speed guy was a Bill Gates ally who gave children brain damage with the 2009 vaccine that was later pulled. The FBI is locating cars by spying on their Wi-Fi. Students are facing facial recognition watch lists in Texas schools. Central Intelligence Agency chief says Taliban in strongest military position since 2001. After J.P. Morgan Chase admits to its fourth and fifth felony charge, its board gives a $50 million bonus to its CEO, Jamie Dimon. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. Powerhouse U.S. swim team shines with 6 medals, first U.S. gold. Ranging bull, Barney eludes capture days after farm escape. States scale back virus reporting just as cases surge. Jackie Mason, comic who perfected amused outrage, dies at 93. States share resources as wildfires rage across U.S. West. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Nancy Pelosi, I plan to name Adam Kinzinger to January 6th committee. My pandemic pup and I are going back to normal thanks to this. Prince Harry's memoir may reveal how Meghan Markle liberated him. Things you probably don't know about the Olympics. Road tripping through the landscape that spawned El Chapo. January 6th riot was no fluke and this 1898 massacre proves it. Here's what Eric Adams and New York City's new black leaders need to do. OMG, I want to rent that house, Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. This $32 Amazon dress is the only dress I'm wearing this summer. The next headlines are from the New York Post. Yankees' Giancarlo Stanton prepared to finally play the outfield this week. Man accused of killing ex, her boyfriend at soccer tournament before turning gun on self. St. John's coach Mike Anderson rooting on daughter from afar at Olympics. U.S. men win gold in 100 freestyle relay. The Olympic events to watch on Monday, July 26th, softball, Lily King. The following headlines are from astronomy.com. Go behind the mission of Apollo 15. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Low vaccination rates and Delta variant fuel COVID-19 surge in U.S. Seaweed takes over Lake Minnetonka in Minnesota. Wildfires rage on as extreme weather conditions pummel the U.S. Ex-Surgeon General says pandemic is spiraling out of control again. Delta variant drives fourth wave of COVID-19 pandemic across the U.S. Gottlieb says U.S. likely much further in this epidemic than we're picking up. Adams says pandemic is spiraling out of control again because of unvaccinated Americans. Gottlieb says U.S. likely much further in this epidemic than we're picking up. How the Super Soakers inventor made a big splash. A sense of direction, finding your way without GPS. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. 6 dead, multiple injured after sandstorm causes 20 vehicle pileup on Utah highway. Pink offers to pay fine incurred by Norwegian women's beach handball team for not wearing bikinis. Arizona State Police caution truckers after iron pole impales SUV windshield, barely missing driver. 13-year-old girl killed in drive-by shooting while sitting at picnic table in North Carolina. Parachute malfunction sends Florida woman plummeting to her death during Central New York State skydive. Texas man accused of killing brother, hurting mom and burning down home because they didn't follow Bible. Fauci fumes at unvaccinated Americans as nationwide COVID cases rise due to Delta variant. Texas firefighter found dead in Cancun during anniversary trip with wife. Schumer demands New York State disperse more than $2 billion in relief earmarked for struggling tenants. Nassau County executive candidate went ballistic over fishing boat, according to local official. The following headlines are from military.com. Russia marks Navy's 325th anniversary, Iranian ship joins in. Report, UK military failing to protect women from abuse. 2 Turkish soldiers killed in North Syria, 2 others wounded. Premier, Iraq doesn't need US combat troops. Black Rifle Coffee distances itself from extremists, including some who love their brand. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. Bail denied for Far South Side man tied to armed robbery, 2 shootings. Italian Americans gather in Little Italy to demand Christopher Columbus statues be put back. Robert Moses, 1960s civil rights activist, dies at 86. 8 dead, at least 51 injured in shooting since Friday afternoon. 5 injured in shooting on West Side, details from Chicago police scarce. Man with concealed handgun shoots armed teenager after argument, both held for questioning, Chicago police say. Rep. Adam Kinzinger agrees to join panel investigating January insurrection at the Capitol. Chicago Fire Department responds to 3 alarm blaze, hazardous materials call at auto body shop on Southwest Side. Boy, 16, gravely wounded in one of last week's mass shootings has died, officials say. Headstone unveiled in Blue Island's Lincoln Cemetery shares story of teen whose killing sparked 1919 Chicago race riot. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Uproar in Greece as masked seal killed in protected area. Health fears as killer Dr. Congo volcano spouts ash. Sparked by pandemic fallout, homeschooling surges across U.S. Typhoon in Fa drenches eastern China. India, on the front line of climate change. Greece's first underwater museum opens ancient world to dive tourists. Coffee froths 2 new highs as Brazil frost hits crops. Nobel Prize-winning physicist Steven Weinberg dies at 88. India monsoon death toll climbs to 159, dozens still missing. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, July 26th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. Take 2, triathlon forced to restart when boat gets in way. At least 6 killed in 20-car pile-up in Utah during sandstorm. Sounders regained some experience in the lineup, but it doesn't help in loss to Kansas City. Stewart's walk-off HR lifts U.S. over Japan 2-1 for 5-0 record. Olympic beach volleyball puts college stars on display. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. No doubt this time, the Terminator Titmus takes down Katie Ledecky in 400 free. Berkeley brush fire sends smoke along East Bay Hills. Tokyo Games, Katie Ledecky falls just short in dramatic 400 freestyle. The cop was wrong, take this ticket to court, Mr. Roadshow says. The latest, virus on rise in eastern Chinese city of Nanjing. Photos, NHRA Sonoma Nationals at Sonoma Raceway. Olympics photos, surfing debut, swimming, skateboarding, gymnastics, basketball and triathlon events. A's lose a leading 18th one-run game, slip further into second place behind Astros. Lamont Wade Jr. leads SF Giants power surge to avoid sweep, Dodgers are next. Tokyo Olympics TV schedule for Monday, July 26th. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. Inside the Beltway, the truth about voter fraud. Average U.S. price of gas rises 2 cents per gallon to $3.22. Kansas City Mayor, Young Men of Color Week point in boosting vaccination rate. Biden, Iraqi leader to discuss U.S. troops, Iran-linked drone strikes. Fauci says U.S. headed in wrong direction on coronavirus. Pelosi pledges to hold up infrastructure bill, as Portman says Senate is nearing a deal. Pelosi to ask Kinzinger to join January 6 investigation committee. Iraqi leader to push Biden on withdrawal of U.S. forces. Majority of Americans view future negatively, pessimism soars since May, poll. Trump praises Arizona election audit for sparking movement all over the country, patriots. The next headlines are from The Intercept. A photographer watched Syria's children while their government bombed them. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, July 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Anxiety, depression, burnout rising as college students prepare to return to campus. New research identifies cancer types with little survival improvements in adolescents and young adults. Goal setting and positive parent-child relationships reduce risk of youth vaping. OncoTarget, replication stress sensitivity in breast cancer cells. OncoTarget, TERT and its binding protein, overexpression of GABPAB in gliomas. Development of a novel technology to check body temperature with smartphone camera. Anticipate the resurgence of respiratory viruses in young children. The mechanics of puncture finally explained. Extreme heat, dry summers main cause of tree death in Colorado's subalpine forests. New study sheds light on function of sex chromosomes in turtles. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Persons shot by Chicago police in Bronzeville, authorities. The Cheese Season 4, Episode 9 recap, Luke and Jake have a potentially deadly secret to keep. Man fatally shot in drive-by in Humboldt Park, police. Man crashes after being fatally shot in shootout in East Side neighborhood, police. Bears add TE Jesse James. Speaker Nancy Pelosi appoints Illinois Republican Rep. Adam Kinzinger to January 6 panel. Save the Babies and Stop the Violence barbecue held outside shuttered Southside School. New podcast on serial killer John Wayne Gacy raises questions about police investigation. Woman missing from the near North Side. Cubs Chris Bryant, Anthony Rizzo with a double kiss goodbye, emphasis on goodbye. The next headlines are from the Times of India. Indian fencer Bhavani Devi goes down fighting on Games debut. This is how long Jeff Bezos trained for the spaceflight. Amazon sale, gadgets you can carry to travel during COVID. Top 10, how fake architects built a map scamming up. Kargil Vijay Divas live, PM Modi remembers war heroes, pays tribute. Tokyo Olympics 2020, Sharat Kamal advances to third round. Magnitude 4 earthquake strikes near Hyderabad. Father of Kargil hero recalls India's triumph of toughest war. Olympics, Indian men's archery team sets up QF versus Korea. Landslide kills 9 tourists in Himachal Pradesh. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, July 26, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are about world records making news. Olympic swimming live, Katie Ledecky's loss, U.S. men's relay victory and results, The New York Times. Isami, a Brazilian man sets a new Guinness World Record for most burpees in an hour, in a latest lie. Coastlands Aquatic Center hosts world record-setting event, Scoop Co. NZ. Iron Bibi breaks axle press world record with 217 kilograms lift, bar bend. Photos, Guinness World Record attempt at largest soap bubble net, WJW Fox 8 News Cleveland. 14 Olympic records and the Tokyo Olympians who might break them, NBC 10 Boston. The OTW's world record-setting combat technique is weird. GameSpot. Olympics 2021, Kevin Durant and Team USA lose to France, Simone Biles is on to the finals, plus other Olympic updates, ESPN. Is Usain Bolt in the Olympics? Tokyo Games first without retired record holder since 2004, Sporting News. South African swimmer breaks Olympic world record, Anka. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. The seemingly cursed Tokyo Olympics are now in the path of a tropical storm. Don't worry, the Bob's Burgers movie is still happening. The Stephen King adaptation Chapelwaite brought Gothic gloom to SDCC 2021. If you're immunocompromised, you may need a COVID-19 vaccine booster, Fauci says. Army of Thieves SDCC 2021 teaser takes us back to Zack Snyder's Zombieverse. The Chucky trailer is here to slay SDCC 2021. With successful 10th flight, Ingenuity has now flown more than a mile on Mars. DC's Legends of Tomorrow SDCC 2021 panel readies the bouquet for Sarah and Ava's epic wedding. Syfy's Day of the Dead gives SDCC 2021 a first look at TV's newest zombie tale. The Paranormal Activity universe continues with new upcoming movie. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Almaty in Iran at 124.34 degrees Fahrenheit or 51.3 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Vostok in Antarctica at minus 100.84 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 73.8 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Zombies rise, terrorize a town in trailer for Syfy's Day of the Dead series. Red Planet has a big core, complex crust. Dread pirate Roberts escaped development hell, making Silk Road work as a film. Venmo gets more private, but it's still not fully safe. The following headlines are from Raw Story. John Oliver destroys those willing to lift COVID restrictions as anti-vaxxers begin to die. Swim coach becomes an instant meme after losing his mind watching swimmers win over Katie Ledecky. Oregon governor warns the consequences of inaction on climate are already here. Republican anti-masker has COVID for a second time. Ted Cruz flattened for whining the 1/6 committee isn't bipartisan after voting against a bipartisan commission. Marjorie Taylor Greene calls Air Force veteran a traitor. Americans demand arrest of Michael Flynn after he jokes about assassination in Washington, D.C. with his new bun. Texas man sets house on fire after concluding the family living there didn't follow the Bible. Sarah Huckabee Sanders caught with blatant lie in her opposite the editorial page about COVID vaccine. Conservative Michigan Republicans who gave themselves bonuses out of COVID funds now forced to return it. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. Anthony Fauci warns U.S. is headed in wrong direction on COVID-19. Republicans cannot hide from a bipartisan January 6 investigation. The U.S. men's basketball team lost to France and here's why that could be good. Canadian Nuclear Safety Commission to investigate lung cancer rates among uranium workers. The following items are today's top search results for the term neuroplasticity. How basket weaving could help strike and dementia patients, Hair American League Division Series Scotland. National Geographic Society launches series on the secrets of the brain, CVBJ, Central Valley Business Journal. We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, July 26, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, July 26, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. Fair use statement. News I8 is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2021 by News I8. All rights reserved.